Today is March 13th, and on March 13th, 2018, I wrote a post called Potato Chips and Politics. Oh, to read this again is just lovely. Anyway, my Instagram message when I tried to promote this was, "This newly braced face is happy she is still able to eat potato chips because National Potato Chips Day is on 3/14. Check the blog." So it starts off like this. Raise your hand if you agree that National Potato Chip Day is a holiday that is just as important as Thanksgiving. It's practically the same thing, right? Potatoes and being thankful. Just kidding. If you are a person who favors savory instead of sweets, then you may love potato chips as much as I do. I've never understood how people can eat a sandwich, especially PB&J, without a side of chips. Or in my case, I eat chips with a side of a sandwich. National Potato Chip Day is on March 14th every year. I looked up the holiday on nationaldaycalendar.com, and if you thought comparing this holiday to Thanksgiving is silly, then you will think relating potato chips to our nation's current political climate is downright foolish. According to the nationaldaycalendar.com, potato chips came about because a customer was not happy with the way his potatoes were cooked at a restaurant. He kept sending back his plate for the chef to cook the potatoes to his liking. He was not going to eat thick and soggy potatoes. Out of frustration, the chef finally cut the potatoes thinly, fried them, and sprinkled salt. The chef was probably trying to prove a point that he could not get the potatoes cooked any more well done, and this method would show his difficult customer what well done looked like. The customer ended up very happy with the thin, well-done potatoes, and a new way to enjoy potatoes was born. Imagine that, a frustrated chef and an unsatisfied customer changing the way we eat potatoes. What's the political parallel, you ask? I'm sure I will get a lot of for this, but I think many are angry about the current president of the United States, unless you voted for him. However, whether you voted for him or not, many issues are finally getting exposed. As a result, some of the issues have changed or evolved. Say what you will about the political climate, since the election, including the election, there have been historical events because people are sick of keeping their mouths shut. Voices are being heard and issues are being discussed. That customer back in August 1853 could have kept his mouth shut and just refused to eat at that restaurant ever again. Instead, today, there is a $15 billion potato chip industry and happy bellies to prove that change happens when voices are heard. I'm always finding the silver lining, so I'm sorry if you think this is a pretty dumb parallel. Meanwhile, let's get back to potato chips. Although I'm not one to be a snob about my potato chips, I do have some favorite flavors and brands. I love salt and vinegar and sour cream and onion, and I'm a fan of Kettle Brand. I'm not picky though. Any potato chip is a friend of mine. I love plain chips with onion dip, which is dangerous because for each chip I pile on 5 tablespoons of dip. My family likes the barbecue flavored chips. For some reason, I usually skip that flavor. I must have eaten too many and got sick or something. I'm not sure. What I am sure about is that if there were no other choices of flavors, I would still eat an entire bag of barbecue potato chips. My daughter is an adventurous eater, and she has tried biscuits and gravy and dill pickle. Although if salt and vinegar chips are available, she always grabs those as her choice of potato chips, just like her mama. When we need ideas on how to celebrate National Potato Chip Day, we do what every American does. We turn to Pinterest. For the potato chip lover in your life, give a thoughtful pinch that you made like a treat, an appetizer, or the classic casserole dish using potato chips. Or you can get your potato chip lover chocolate dipped potato chips. Years ago, Trader Joe's sold chocolate dipped potato chips, and I felt as if I was completely understood. That store really knew what I needed. I was grateful that someone put my 2 favorite loves together and sold them for a fair price. Since I stopped eating chocolate, it took everything I had not to buy them. I didn't even notice that TJ's in Minnesota wasn't selling those chips anymore. I was surprised, but moved on. I had to do the next best thing. I Amazoned it. I sent my brother this thoughtful pinch because he enjoys chips, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't turn down anything that contains chocolate. This nice combo shows that I'm thinking of him. And I have a picture of these Sanders fine chocolate milk potato chips because I sent that to him via Amazon. Speaking of combos, I bet no one has ever mentioned potato chips and politics in the same sentence before. I think it has a nice ring to it. Personally, I tune out the news. I live in a bubble and I choose not to hear all the noise. However, I am very grateful that there are people out there who want to listen to the noise, who want to complain, who want to oppose. I'm grateful for those who demand change and who expect more. This is how we evolve, just like the potato chip. This is how we make history. And although politics has absolutely nothing to do with potato chips, I find that there are some similar characteristics that are noteworthy. Salty, crunchy, variety of flavors, addicting, messy, crumbly, greasy, crisp, rippled, and full of dips. Enjoy those potato chips. Hashtag National Potato Chip Day.